Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to the video where we will be discussing the solution for chapter 13 polymer exercises. Okay, the question itself is actually based upon your past year question. Previously, the marks allocated for polymer is 4 marks, but then for your batch ataupun for the latest one SK025, the marks allocated for this chapter is only 2 marks itself. Okay. So the question itself for the polymer ni, walaupun dia very brief, but most of the question is actually based upon memorization lah, which is the basis of our organic reaction kan. Okay, so without further ado, let's discuss the examples. Okay, so number 1, it mentioned here, the question asks you, by using an appropriate polymer, explain the terms of homopolymer and copolymer. Okay, so homopolymer, okay, is actually where the polymer form from single type of monomer ataupun the same type of monomer. So kat sini lah homo ni. Okay, so that is the definition. Okay, polymer form from single type or the same type of monomer. Okay, however, for the copolymer, co kan. So here is actually polymer formed from 2 or more different types of monomer. Okay, but then if you only answer the definition, you will not get the full marks yet lah, because they ask you by using an appropriate polymer. So for the by using appropriate polymer, so on your notes, okay, this polymer is actually based upon your notes itself. Okay, so let's look for the homopolymer. Usually this is the one where we will see for the addition polymerization. Okay, so from here, example kat sini Miss guna monomer is my ethene. Okay, so it's the same one, the same only we have one monomer. Okay, and then this is my polymer. Okay, so it's just that this one is the condensed version. For what I have drawn here is actually the expanded version. Okay, so homopolymer ni you can choose any of your addition polymerization examples lah. Okay, for copolymer, polymer formed from 2 different types of monomer. This one we will look based upon our condensation polymerization. Because for condensation polymerization, is mostly we will use 2 different monomers. Okay, where it will involve monomer with at least 2 functional group. So kat sini it mention 2 different monomers kan. So maknanya, the example of copolymer ni must be from our, this one must based upon our condensation polymerization. This one based upon our addition polymerization. Okay, so for this one, which one yang Miss akan choose? Okay, so choose any of the condensation polymerization examples. So I use the first one, my nylon 66. But then because of the polymer, kita akan lukis yang structure ni lah. The polymer tu yang mesti ada first and end is our bracket as well as our subscript n, small n. This is monomer. Kita nak yang polymer. Okay, so you have to draw this lah. So it's either one of these 5. Okay. Okay, so that's the first question. Okay, next question kita akan tengok. So here it mentioned that Kevlar is mainly used to manufacture bulletproof vests. And the structure of Kevlar is as shown below. Give monomers of Kevlar and name the type of polymerization involved. Okay, so when we look the structure of this is the structure of Kevlar kita. So from here we can see 2 different functional group. So first one ni kita tengok ada we have our NH ni, kan? Kita ada NH ni. So from here, from our left hand side here we have our amino. Okay, but from our right hand side here, kita nampak dekat sini we have our C double bond O. So from here, it's actually, this one kita punya monomer yang ini. Okay, and then for this one, ada dekat sini lah. Okay. So, as we can see, we have 2 different functional group. So, when it is 2 different functional group, maka the type of polymerization involved is condensation polymerization. Okay, so that's the first question lah. But the question do ask, give the monomer of Kevlar. So we have to know lah. Condensation polymerization is actually where removal of selalunya removal of H2O ataupun HCl lah, the most famous one. Okay, so kalau H2O ni maksudnya one will remove H, one remove OH. HCl ni one remove H, one remove Cl. Okay. So, from which one yang akan remove H dengan Cl? Okay. So, because this is actually our amine kan? Our amine. Okay, so from our amine itself, it's mostly daripada sini, the atom that will be removed from our monomer yang ni will be hydrogen. So, sebab itulah, yang ni lah, yang tambahnya. Okay, misalkan ambil, this is my hydrogen. So, maknanya kita akan remove H kan? So, we remove this H lah. Yang this is, when this hydrogen from your left hand side and your right hand side is being removed, so that's why we can form this polymer. Tapi ni baru satu yang functional group. How about the second one? Okay, so for the Kevlar, okay, again, for the condensation, we must remove atom kan? So, first memang remove H. So, another one is either OH atau Cl. Okay, so on your notes itself, bila kita tengok, Kevlar here, yang C ni, is C double bond OCl. Tapi, actually, if you Google it around, dia sebenarnya diterima juga. It's either C double bond O ni, it could be your carboxylic acid or your acyl chloride. So, yang ini, untuk your C double bond O ni ada dua pilihan. Dua-dua diterima. Okay. So, contohnya, if you use your carboxylic acid, so it means that kan hydrogen dengan OH ni dah buang. So, maknanya OH ni, OH on both side lah will be removed. So, that's why apa yang tinggal dekat sini is this one, form our polymer. And then this one, kita form our punya polymer. So, yang H2O ni, the H and OH ni will be combined and will form our byproduct. Okay, so again, it's either OH ataupun yang Cl pun diterima juga. Both is correct. Okay. So that's the question for the solution for question number 2. Okay, next question. Okay, so here it mentioned that differentiate between the terms repeating unit and monomer. Okay, and then give the repeating unit and monomers for the polymer. Okay, this one is actually I have discussed it in the notes itself. Dekat sini. So, what is the difference between monomer dengan repeating unit? Okay, so monomer is where the molecule from which a polymer is synthesized. Okay, so contohnya dalam kes ni, kita ada ethene kan, CH2CH2. That is our monomer. Okay, repeating unit is the actual structure that is being repeated in the polymer chain. Repeating unitnya maknanya nanti dia akan form CH2, CH2, CH2 until the end of the chain itself. Okay. Tapi macam apa benda tu? Okay, tak apa. First we're gonna write down the answer is this one. Number 1 and number 2 ni. Okay, but then dia bagi structure kita dekat sini kan. So here dia bagi tahu give the repeating unit or monomer for the polymer. Okay, so from the structure, sebenarnya, first what I did is actually I draw it in terms of expanded. Okay, so yang ini, actually yang ni. Okay, CH2Cl ni, is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 ni. Okay, again, so this is the first 4 ni lah. Okay, so we have ni C ni CH2, CH2, C ni ada ClCl, this one. This is CH2 again, CHCl. Okay. So again, what does it mean by the bracket and N ni? Maksudnya this one will be repeated. Yang ini sebab repeated dia berapa kali. So contohnya ni, this is the first structure, ni the second one, ni the third one. Yang ni baru repeatkan dia 3 kali. 1, 2, 3. Sebenarnya dia boleh repeat sampai 100, 1000, 1 juta pun boleh kan? Okay, so this is the examples lah. Okay, tapi from here, they ask you to differentiate between the term repeating unit and monomer. Okay, so first kita bagi tahu definition dulu. Okay, monomer. Monomer is the molecule from which a polymer is synthesized. So maknanya from this polymer, kita nak tahu what is the monomer. Okay, so macam mana nak tahu? Okay, when we're talking about condensation, we can see tadi condensation we have 2 different functional group kan. Tapi from here we can only see our alkene. Kat sini alkene. We have dengan kita punya haloalkene. Or it could be sebenarnya structure ni kita akan call it itself as our haloalkene lah. So we only have one functional group. So kalau one functional group, maka dia adalah addition polymerization. Okay, addition polymerization. Okay, dia lain sikit. Yang ini kan, addition polymerization where mostly kita akan guna double bond. Okay, so macam mana nak tahu this is our polymer kan? So macam mana nak tahu monomer? Okay, so contohnya this is our tadi yang from this structure. This is the expanded one. Okay, how to know the monomer? Okay, so tips dia macam ni. So contohnya kita ada, we have our structure here. So from the end of the bond itself yang ni, okay, kamu buat dia datang ke sini. Okay, pergi ke sebelah dia. So kita ada satu arrow. Okay, lepas tu yang hujung sekali ni bond, kita nak masukkan arrow ke dalam. Okay, tu yang ini. Okay, so what happen next? Okay, apa yang kita, what we will do later, next is actually, okay, so dekat sini kita nak, this is actually form radical dekat sini. We want to have another half-headed arrow yang akan berjumpa dekat sini. Okay, so macam mana? Okay, so misalkan ambil daripada bond yang sebelah ni, misalkan buat macam ni. Ke sini pula. Cing, cing. Okay, so dekat sini, arrow ni bertemu kan. So maknanya sini ada satu elektron here. Sini pun akan ada satu elektron here. Okay, so satu elektron ni dekat sini, satu elektron ni dekat sini. Okay, next is actually, so tadi dekat sini, dia baru ada one electron only kan. Okay, so dia nak ada arrow juga dekat sini. So, kalau kita tak pasti, okay, kita buat arrow macam ni. Okay, nak katanya dia bertemu dekat sini kan. Tapi from which bond? Kita buat kat sini pula. From here. So, what does it mean is that, okay, ada satu elektron dekat sini. One of the electron here, okay, akan pergi ke sini. Kat sini lah. Okay, and then one of the electron here will be here. Okay, the same goes. Kan ada each one bond we have two electrons. So one bond, one electron here, one electron here. So from here we have one electron here. So dia jadi one electron here. Okay, so what happened to this structure? Okay, so maknanya yang ini kita ignorekan dulu. So kita ambil dulu CH yang ni. We're gonna take this CH2. Okay. Okay, and then originally dia memang ada the bond itself yang hitam ni kan. Okay, so kita ada bond hitam ni. Tapi sedar tak? Sini ada yang merah dengan orange ni kan. So, when this red and orange ni bertemu, okay, so maknanya, remember that one bond is, we have two electrons. So, maknanya kat sini kita ada satu bond lah dekat sini. Okay. So, next one. Next ni, Cl, Cl. So, kita salin. Okay, so I'm just gonna write it down again. Okay. Cl, Cl. Okay. Okay, next bond kita tengok. This bond. Okay, tapi for this one, kita tengok dekat sini, the electron, satu dah pergi ke sini, satu pergi ke sana. So, maknanya dekat sini dah tidak ada bond dah. Okay, so kalau tak ada bond, dah tak adalah satu bond dekat sini ni. We don't have one bond here. One electron is being shed to this one electron is being shed to the next one. Okay, so what we have left is CH yang ni pula. Okay, tapi sebab tak ada bond kan, so kita lukislah jarak sikit. Okay, so this one. Okay, and then next one. Okay, so bila kita tengok dekat sini, kan ada orange dengan pink ni bertemu kan. So we're gonna draw the orange and the pink one bertemu. Tapi jangan lupa we have our black juga kan. Ada the original black one. Okay, and then we have our CHCl. Okay, CHCl ni kita pun tulislah. Okay, so dekat sini, okay, ini nampak macam lukisan pula. Okay, kita buatlah 2 electron ni buat bond pula. So kita buat bond yang ni pink pula lah. Okay, so this is actually our monomer. So monomer kita adalah 2 double bond kan. Okay, tapi jangan lupa buatlah plus dekat sini. So it means that this is our 2 monomer. Okay. Yang ni pening sikit. If you be unsure, boleh tengok lagi sekali. You can repeat it again. Okay, next kita tengok is the definition of repeating unit. Okay, repeating unit is the structure that is being repeated in the polymer chain. Okay, monomer ni, monomer is molecule from which a polymer is synthesized. That is the original one. Original. Nanti bila dia react together, here, kita akan form kita punya polymer. Okay, tapi repeating unit is the one that is being repeated lah. So macam tadi Miss dah lukis banyak kali ni kan. So this is my this is not my monomer. This is my repeating unit. So this is the first one. This is yang Miss dah repeat the second time. This is the one that I have repeated the third time. Okay. So this is the definition. Okay. Lepas tu, give the repeating unit. Apa yang kita ulang banyak kali is this one. CH2, CCl2, CH2, CHCl. Okay. So that is for question number 3. Okay. Next question. So they ask you here. Question number 4. Draw the structural formula of repeating unit when the monomers below undergo condensation reaction. Okay, so from here, NH2, CH2, 6 times NH2. So this is a structure where which I have drawn. NH2 ni, sengaja je Miss buat expanded one. So it is easier for us to see. Okay. So again, when we see from the question here, we have two different functional group. So this one we have this one we have our, kat sini kita nampak ada NH2 amine, and here we have COCl. This is actually our acid chloride. So we have two different functional group. So when we have two different functional group, kita akan undergo condensation reaction where we will remove our atom lah. Dalam kes ni, we will remove our Cl and we remove one of our hydrogen. Okay, so first, before that, let's draw the structure first. Again, NH2 ni nak buat expanded. So kita tahu kita akan remove hydrogen here. Dengan COCl ni, C double bond O is attached to Cl. So we're going to remove the Cl as well lah. Remove Cl. Okay, so the byproduct you don't have to write down. If you want to write down, boleh juga plus NHCl. Okay, but then once you have removed it, okay, gabungkanlah yang N ni, gabung terus dengan our C double bond O. But don't forget the start and at the end there, we have to show that our bracket N is actually N. Nak bagi tahu our repeating unit. Okay, condensation reaction is quite straightforward. Okay, let's look for question B. Here it mentioned that the structural formula of natural rubber is shown below. Draw the structural formula of its monomer. So again, kalau nampak double bond ni, is actually our addition reaction. Addition polymerisation. So yang ini pun sama macam tadi, kita kena buat yang arrow dari from the end of our molecule to the middle. Okay, so again, macam mana nak buat? Kita nak use half-headed arrow. So, half-headed arrow kan? Half-headed. To show that is one electron. Okay, so from here, at the end here, okay, Miss ambil satu, Miss bawa ke sini. Okay, so it means that one of the electron here, Miss akan bawa ke atas ni. Okay, so that's the first one lah. Okay, next, Miss nak buat yang hujung jugalah. Dia start pada hujung ni So, one of the electron here, kita akan nampak dia akan go to the next one. So, datang sini. So, nanti ada satu elektron lah dekat sini Okay. So, itu baru satu. So, it means that dekat sini kita nak lagi satu elektron. So, from elektron tu nak ambil daripada mana? Elektron tu mestilah ambil from the bond next to it. So, from here, datanglah ke from this one, datanglah ke sini. Okay, satu elektron sini. Okay, so how about this elektron lagi satu ni? Sebab ni kan, kiranya one of the electron akan ke sini. Takkanlah ni tinggal seorang-seorang. Radical dia akan combine dengan another radical. So, dia akan form lah ke sini. So, dia ke sini lah. Okay. So, this is actually dia punya ni. Macam mana kita nak tahu dia punya monomer? Okay. So, this is again our polymer. This is our polymer. Okay, nak tahu monomer kita, kita kena draw yang macam ni. Okay, so first kita ambil CH2 ni dulu. Kita ambil, copy. Okay. Lepas tu pada carbon ni, originally memang ada our single bond kan. So draw here. Lepas tu we can see that the orange electron, the orange electron, the pink electron ni ada kan. So orange sini, pink sini. Okay, kita lukis macam ni dulu. Next, the carbon here, this carbon pula. So this carbon is bonded to CH3. Okay, tapi sekarang ni, we have our double bond. But, this one, the electron here dah pergi ke sini kan. To the left and to the right. So, this one is not here anymore lah. Tapi kita ada satu single bond ni. Salin balik. Okay. Next one is CH. So, salinlah CH ni. CH. So, bila kita salin CH ni, tengok balik. Dekat sini macam ada arrow ni. Ada elektron bertemu lah. So, kita lukis lah. Ada the orange one. Ada the pink one. Ada the nak ambil colour apa ni take the colour lah. Don't forget we still have our black one. Yang kat bawah ni still ada lagi. Tak kacau apa-apa kan? So, we're gonna take the black one. Okay, and then the last one, we have our CH2. So, salinlah CH2 kita. Okay, dah. Okay, so, kalau nampak macam ni, pelik lah tengok ni. Okay, so kita buat lah. Again, one bond, we have 2 electron. So, kat sini apa akan form is one bond kita lah. So, I'm just gonna delete this one. Miss nak tunjuk bond dia. Ada double bond sini. Sini pun, nak padam. We're gonna form our double bond here. Okay, so this is actually our monomer. Okay, so yang ni, if you guys unsure, boleh tengok lagi sekali. Miss akan buat timestamp this one dengan this one. Okay, addition polymerisation dia memang main macam tu sikit. Dia macam main-main sikit lah. Okay, so that's the question B. Okay, the condensation dia straightforward lagi. Hopefully this year question keluar condensation polymerisation lah. Okay, the last one. So let's look here. Okay, polytetrafluoroethene, commonly known as Teflon, is used as a non-stick coating for pans and other cookware. First is state the type of polymer. Okay, so from here, bila kita tengok dekat sini, we have our carbon, we have our fluorine. So we have our haloalkane. So again, when we only have one functional group, maka dia adalah addition polymerisation. Kalau condensation, so I'm just going to write down at the end here. Kalau condensation, it must when it involves two different functional group. Okay, so it means that kalau addition, addition maknanya memang ada satu sajalah functional group kita. Okay, one functional group. So, contohnya tadi kita tengok kan, from here, this one, we have our amine, we have our acid chloride. Okay, daripada mana Kevlar tadi? Kevlar tu pun kita nampak. We have our amine, we have our carbonate. C double bond tu. So, yang itulah. So, what is the type of polymer? So, maka it is addition polymerisation. Next is, draw the structural formula of the monomer used. Addition lagi kan? Okay, so macam mana nak draw? Okay, again. This is actually our repeating unit. Okay, ambil arrow daripada hujung sekali. Okay, pergi ke tengah. Okay, so maknanya elektron dekat sini akan ke sini pula. Okay, dia akan ke, kita buat arrow atas lah, bukan kat hitam tu. Dia atas yang hitam ni. Okay, okay, nampak yang hujung juga. Okay, from one electron dekat sini, dia akan pergi ke tengah ni. Yang next to it. Check. So, ada satu elektron dekat sini. Okay, so maknanya what happen here? Takkanlah radical ni seorang-seorang. Radical ni tak boleh single. Dia akan ambil yang lain pula. So, ada satu elektron dekat sini. Dia nak ambil daripada mana? Dia akan ambil from the bond itself. Elektron daripada sini dia akan ambil. Okay. So, sama juga dekat sini. Takkan dia nak radical ni seorang-seorang. So, dia nak ambil daripada mana? Dia jenis perampas sikit kan. Dia ambil elektron daripada sini pula. Datang ke sini. Okay. So, let's draw it. Okay, so first, CF2. Okay, CF2 ni the first one. Okay, and then we have our black bond ni kan. So, ambil lah black ni. Okay, lepas tu, we know that ada satu elektron pink, satu elektron orange. So, pink, orange. Okay, and then the second one, CF2 ni. This is the second one ni. Okay, kan ada satu black bond kan. But then we can see that the electron is being shared with the radical. Kat sini ada, sini pun ada. Okay, so maknanya dekat sini dah tak ada lah. Maknanya, this bond is not here anymore. Okay, yang ini ataupun boleh jugalah mesti terus padam. Ni. So, as we can see, carbon ni pun, setiap carbon ni dah cukup 4 bond. 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon ni pun dah cukup dah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, done. Okay, tapi baru kita buat dua ni. Okay, so how about these two? So, this one, kita tulis balik. Sebab this bond dah tak ada dah kan? This bond dah tak ada. So, kita akan take CF2 ni. Kita ambil jarak. Kita letak jauh sikit. Okay, but then CF2 ada satu bond, the black bond. Then we can see ada the orange one and the pink one. So, orange one, the pink one. Okay, and then we have our CF2 again. Okay, so bila kita draw balik structure ni, yang ini, dua elektron ni mesti terus buat bond here. So, we can see this carbon already 1, 2, 3, 4. This carbon pun dah 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so maknanya this is our monomer. Okay, so, banyak kita tengok soalan pasir, mostly addition polymerization kan? Okay, so if you're a bit unsure, boleh tengok lagi the examples of addition polymerization a lot lagi, okay? So, that's it for this video.